Yeah, the sun's finally coming out. So I'm a really bad storyteller, but if you want to hear a story, I'm gonna try to be a good storyteller for you. So I want to tell you why you should never mentor other people's kids, help other people's kids, because it's very dangerous. And let me just tell you my experience from doing that. So 2016, I may have multiple parts of this for this whole video. So 2016, I think I was going to church. Let me just tell you guys, I used to do a lot of crazy things. Like I before age 22, I did a lot of crazy things that I question why I'm not dead. But I had not like a near death experience like I did last year, but I had an experience where I decided to go to church again. Let me just fast forward. Church really wasn't working out because it was a lot of things in the Bible I didn't agree with. That's just why I didn't go like I should. And I understand the distinction between religion and God. I believe in a God. I mean, I pray before every meal. Yeah, I pray like my Catholic. I do my Catholic prayers, and I do the sign of a cross because I'm just conditioned to do that. That's what I was brought up on. I went to a Catholic school, but I don't identify as a Christian or a Catholic for a number of reasons, because this very religion is why I feel like the black community is the way it is, because we're such a forgiving group of people. And just my opinion, this may be suitable for another video, but I think the church is more dangerous than crack, no fathers in the home, and rap music combined. I think the black church is the most dangerous weapon ever. You know, and that may be for a separate video, but this, I'm not gonna say any names in this video, but it was a younger boy who was at this church. I saw him when he was just 2 years old. He came over my house around the summertime, and my mom babysitted him. The mother of this boy, from what I've heard, has had issues with drugs, alcohol, and mental illness. See, as a man, all the stuff I tell you in my videos, as much as I sound like I complain, I gotta suck it up as a man. I go to work every day, haven't missed work since about the week where things weren't going my way. But I go to work every day, don't expect any handouts, pay my mom her money back. I don't look for anyone to take care of me. I don't look to be on government assistance. I just deal with whatever problems I deal with and just suck it up. But she lives at home, I believe currently with, well, at the time she lived with both of like her so her dad passed away, and from what I heard, see, it's some things I can't really say in the video, but she was like in a gay relationship with another female. And strange enough, both of these women had kids. See, the thing about black lesbians, they have a lot of children. They have kids, and a lot of times they will have a lesbian look-alike that appears to be a man raise her children. And she can at any moment denounce lesbianism and say she's straight, and nobody will have a problem with that. But her father didn't allow that in his home. So I guess that she wasn't allowed in the house. When he died 2017. Thing is, I never knew that my aunt was married, because I just always saw her alone at church. So, you know, I didn't go to the funeral, but it seemed like she was real torn over her dad's passing. So one day my aunt goes to the hospital. She's in the hospital. I forgot where she went to the hospital. I went there one time with my mom. We got into an argument. This is when I was real young and stupid. We got into an argument. And, you know, I didn't like how things were. So I went again another time, but I went by myself. So when I'm in the hospital, her daughter calls me over she calls her daughter. And I haven't seen her since when she had the boy over my house. I haven't seen her at that point in like over 8 years, almost 8 years. She asked me over the phone because my aunt gave me the phone. She was like, she was like, my son wanted to go to the movies. Can you take him? And it just didn't click because I was real dumbfounded. Like, you don't even know what I look like. I haven't seen you in 8 years. That's the first thing you ask is, can you take my son to the movies? So she doesn't know I don't have a car. I was a big, like, I had no direction in life, man. I was working a pretty dead-end job. I had no license, had no savings, didn't understand the concept of working, didn't know none. I don't even think I could read really that well at the time either. Yeah, at that time, I wasn't even reading at all. So I had no direction at 22. But she asked me over the phone to take her son to the movies. And I just said, well, today's not really a good time. But I felt kind of bad because I did know her son from church the previous year. He talked to me over the phone. And I just said, you know what? I felt a little bad. I was like, you know what? Sure. I'm not doing nothing next week. I could take you and your brother to church. And I'm not gonna lie. It was in a sense, I was a little excited because you can tell from my channel, I wasn't cool growing up. I never really hung out with people. And I was in a weird way, I was sort of like reliving being a kid because I was a real loner as a kid. And maybe she, and let me just say this. No one took advantage of me. I don't feel no kind of way about it now. I'm not trying to spoil what the story's about, but I could have just said, no, that's your problem. I just want to do something good. I could have walked away and just canceled them at the last minute. Because I could have been like, man, I don't even know none of y'all. But I decided to take them to the movies with my own money. So we go, they live in West Philly. I had no car at the time. I caught the bus to their home. They live in West Philly. And they have my aunt's sister lived in their home. Philadelphia, let me just explain this. Philadelphia was historically a pretty white city in the early 20th century. But with the Great Migration, it got a little chocolate in their milk. And West Philadelphia was once all white, where you hear like Will Smith talk about on The Fresh Prince. That was once an all white neighborhood, but white flight happened and they got up out of there. So around the 50s, her sister purchased that home with her husband, who passed many years ago. And she lived in a home with her sister, her niece, and her two kids. Not my I'm talking about the boy's mom or the two kids. So, and she's in her 90s. She's like 90. She's like 97. She's 102 today. She's 101. She's still, alive and kicking, which is good. So I'm gonna do part 2.